Hello everyone, stop scrolling. This message can change your life. Hope you all are doing well. This video is inspired by the research and public talks of Dr. Barbara O'Neill. Imagine waking up one morning and realizing that aging is not something happening to you, but something responding with you. Every breath, every step, every quiet thought is part of a living conversation between your choices and your cells. Aging, when viewed through the lens of biology, is not a collapse. It is a negotiation. And today, that negotiation can begin to turn in your favor. Movement is the body's oldest language, spoken long before words or medicine existed. Every time a senior stands up from a chair, takes a step, or gently stretches an arm overhead, something profound happens beneath the surface. Muscle fibers contract, and in doing so they release signaling molecules that travel through the bloodstream, informing the brain that the body is still engaged with life. These signals help regulate blood sugar, reduce chronic inflammation, and preserve bone density, reminding the skeletal system that it is still needed. From a biological perspective, inactivity is interpreted as decline, while even modest movement is interpreted as survival. The body does not measure effort by speed or distance, but by regularity and intent. Walking, in particular, is a quiet masterpiece of human design. It synchronizes breathing with motion, activates balance systems in the inner ear, and gently challenges the cardiovascular system without overwhelming it. Each step compresses and releases cartilage in the joints, drawing in nutrients like a sponge absorbing water. Balance-based movements, such as slow turns or standing on one foot with support, stimulate neural circuits responsible for coordination and spatial awareness. These circuits are deeply tied to fall prevention, but also to confidence. When the body trusts itself to move, the mind relaxes and fear loosens its grip. Hydration works alongside movement in ways that are often underestimated. Water is not passive, it is an active participant in every chemical reaction inside the body. It allows blood to flow smoothly, delivers oxygen to tissues, and carries away metabolic waste that would otherwise accumulate and cause fatigue or pain. As people age, the body's thirst sensors become less sensitive, creating a dangerous gap between need and awareness. Gentle movement increases circulation and subtly reminds the brain to seek fluids, while adequate hydration keeps muscles responsive and joints cushioned. Even mild dehydration can stiffen connective tissue and slow reaction times, turning simple movements into strained efforts. When movement and hydration are practiced together, they create a feedback loop of resilience. Muscles remain responsive, nerves conduct signals more efficiently, and the heart works with less strain. Over time, this combination preserves independence not through force, but through cooperation with the body's natural design, allowing daily actions to remain smooth, intentional, and quietly confident as the internal systems continue adjusting, communicating, and adapting to each small act of care without ever reaching a final point of completion. Sleep is not a pause in life, it is one of its most active biological states. When the body lies still and the mind drifts inward, an intricate restoration process begins that cannot occur during waking hours. Neurons reduce their firing rate, allowing supportive cells to flush away metabolic byproducts that build up through daily thinking, movement, and emotion. This cleansing process protects memory, stabilizes mood, and preserves cognitive clarity over time. In older adults, fragmented or shortened sleep interrupts this repair cycle, quietly accelerating mental fatigue and emotional sensitivity. The body, deprived of adequate rest, begins to operate with subtle inefficiencies that compound day after day. Sleep also governs the hormonal environment of the body. During deep stages of rest, growth and repair signals rise, supporting tissue maintenance, immune strength, and cellular renewal. At the same time, stress hormones naturally fall, giving the cardiovascular system a chance to relax. When sleep is irregular, this balance is disturbed, and the body remains in a low-grade state of alertness. Over months and years, this state contributes to insulin resistance, elevated blood pressure, and persistent inflammation, establishing a consistent sleep rhythm. Even more than extending sleep duration, helps recalibrate these internal systems, teaching the body when to release and when to restore. Nutrition enters this equation not as fuel alone, but as biological instruction. Every meal communicates information to cells about abundance, scarcity, and timing. Foods closer to their natural form tend to carry signals that support stable blood sugar, healthy gut bacteria, and reduced inflammatory responses. Fiber slows digestion, preventing sharp hormonal spikes, while healthy fats support brain structure and nerve signaling. Protein provides the raw materials for tissue repair, especially important during sleep, when much of that repair occurs. Eating at irregular hours or consuming highly processed foods blurs these signals, forcing the body into a constant state of metabolic negotiation. The gut, often called a second brain, plays a central role in this relationship. Its microbial residents respond to both diet and sleep, influencing immunity, mood, and even cognition. Late-night eating or insufficient rest disrupts this ecosystem, altering appetite hormones and increasing cravings that further disturb sleep quality. When meals are taken mindfully, earlier in the evening, and sleep follows a predictable rhythm, digestion aligns with circadian biology. In this alignment, the body expends less energy managing imbalance and more energy preserving strength, clarity, and internal harmony as each night feeds into the next phase of renewal without ever arriving at a fixed endpoint. The human brain is shaped by use, not by age, and its survival depends on continued engagement with meaning. Learning something new, whether a language, a skill, or a simple curiosity-driven habit, stimulates networks of neurons that might otherwise weaken through neglect. Each act of mental effort strengthens connections, increasing cognitive reserve and adaptability. This process is not about speed or complexity, but about novelty and attention. When the mind is challenged gently and regularly, it maintains flexibility, preserving problem-solving ability and emotional regulation. Curiosity becomes a form of nourishment, feeding the brain with purpose and direction. Emotional connection operates on a similarly biological level. Social interaction regulates stress hormones, stabilizes heart rhythms, and reinforces immune response. When a person feels seen and heard, the nervous system shifts away from defensive patterns and toward balance. Isolation, by contrast, is processed by the brain as a threat, subtly increasing inflammation and weakening resilience. Simple interactions, a shared meal, a meaningful conversation, a moment of laughter, create biochemical shifts that promote well-being. These moments do not require large social circles, only authentic presence and continuity. Relationships, even quiet ones, provide the brain with emotional landmarks that anchor it in safety. Stillness completes this triad of mental health habits. The body cannot repair itself fully when it is constantly stimulated or stressed. Slow breathing, gentle reflection, or silent awareness activates the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling safety and conservation of energy. Heart rate slows, blood pressure eases, and digestion improves. In this state, cellular repair processes operate more efficiently, and inflammatory signals decrease. Stillness does not mean emptiness. It is a form of internal listening, allowing the body to recalibrate without interference. These mental and emotional practices also shape perception of aging itself. When the mind remains engaged, connected, and calm, time is experienced less as loss and more as depth. Stress narrows attention, while reflection expands it, enabling perspective and acceptance. The brain begins to associate daily life with exploration rather than limitation, which influences posture, movement, and even immune response. Thoughts and emotions translate into physiological signals, guiding how systems interact across the body. Over time, these invisible habits accumulate quietly, strengthening neural pathways, calming hormonal rhythms, and supporting immune balance. They do not announce their impact, but their effects appear in steadier moods, clearer thinking, and a greater sense of internal stability. Aging then becomes less about resisting change and more about cooperating with the body's adaptive intelligence, allowing mental clarity, emotional warmth, and inner stillness to continue shaping health in ways that remain subtle, continuous, and perpetually in motion. Goodbye.